2, 3, 4.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Oh Brother. Today's movie is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, released in 2003. This movie stars Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey, Adam Goldberg, Bebe Neuwirth, Michael Michelle, Shalom Harlow, Robert Klein, Catherine Hahn, Thomas Lennon, Celia Weston, and Annie Parisi. This movie is based on a book by the same name by Michelle Alexander and Jenny Long, screenplay by Christine Buckley, Brian Regan, and Burr Steers, and directed by Donald Petrie. Bryce, can you give me a quick synopsis of this?
For sure, Drake. An advice columnist, Andy, tries pushing the boundaries of what she can write about in her new piece about how to get a man to leave you in 10 days. Enter advertising executive Ben, who is so confident in his romantic prowess that he thinks he can make any woman fall in love with him in 10 days. When Andy and Ben meet, their plans backfire.
Ooh.
As always, this podcast will include spoilers. But before we get into all that, recently we lost a comedy legend in the form of Catherine O'Hara, and it only felt appropriate to take a few minutes to reflect on her impact both within the industry and our own lives. That would hurt, man. When you texted me that, I was like,
sucked.
Damn, really? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I was hoping
already?
I wasn't the first person to tell you. And it was like right in the morning, too, that I told you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah. She was a figure that, I mean, has always been in my life.
Yeah.
In some form or another because of how big of a deal Home Alone is.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I got older, you just start to realize how much she's actually in.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, when I started getting into movies, you know, like Beetlejuice and just like everything, like After Hours, it's like Scorsese's movie. I mean, she is so funny. And like the fact that Beetlejuice came out, 2 years ago? And she was pretty inarguably like
too.
The best part in that movie.
Right.
Like, it just sucks to see her just get taken so soon. Because she was 71.
No.
Just nuts.
Right. Like, that's not that old. And like, you look at her filmography and she's absolute banger after banger. And in every movie that she's in, she just has this way of stealing the show.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time she was never necessarily a leading lady, but she definitely left an impact that people remember her for.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, she was in a lot of those Christopher Guest movies, like Best in Show, and the one I want to give a quick shout out to is her performance in For Your Consideration.
Mm-hmm.
She plays this woman who's an actress who's on the set of a new movie. And while they're filming the movie, they get word from like the press that this movie's going to get serious Oscar consideration, including her as Best Actress. And it just, the lengths that this just drives her insane. And then you just know it's coming, but when a nomination day comes and they don't get anything, it hurts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And she commits. And that's one of the only movies I've seen her in where she was the lead role. And she, like, crushed every scene she was in. You know, the movie as a whole, you know, it's okay. It's, like, pretty good. But if you're going to watch a Catherine O'Hara movie, that's definitely one I'd recommend just for her alone. Yeah, no, she'll deeply be missed. I mean, especially with, like, The Studio coming out this past year. Like, it's the fact that she was still working, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting renewed for season 2. And, like, now they're going to have to find a way to not have her character in it.
Yeah.
Presuming that they haven't already filmed it. It just sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah. On a lighter note.
Right.
Today's movie. Yeah, with Valentine's Day, about 3 days after this episode's getting released.
I was about to say that it better not be 3 days away. I'm cooked.
No, please wait. Haven't gotten anything.
Please no. God, I'm so dead.
We figured it'd be the perfect time for us to branch off from talking about Oscar movies and these, you know, bro movies and talk about a little cute little rom-com, you know?
Yeah, and like, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not really a rom-com guy. I am the bro movie guy. But I like this one. This was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed this quite a bit. And, like, when you pitched this one to me, I was like, okay, I'll probably like it. It's got Matthew McConaughey in it. He's one of my favorite actors. And I was watching it, and I didn't look at the cast list, and I saw Catherine Hahn was in it. I was like, oh my god. Dude, I love Catherine Hahn. When I saw that, I was like, absolute cinema. This is going to be a good time. Because I love watching her in literally anything.
This was one of her first movies too, which is crazy. I was going through like the DVD extras to try to prep for this, and there's like a section specifically about Andy's friends. It's like a 3-minute section, and they talk about the other actress for maybe 20 seconds and then spend the rest of the segment talking only about Catherine Hahn and how big of a star she's gonna be. And you know what? They were right. Like, like, no disrespect to the other actress, and of course I can't remember her name now, but
I mean, if that tells you anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Who really won here?
Mm-hmm. Now, granted, in this DVD, they called that shot twice, with her and Kate Hudson, being that this is Kate Hudson's like first movie where she was the lead.
Yeah, that's now, also Kate Hudson's crazy.
Like still around, but like not to the same extent, like as they made it seem like they were predicting. But part of the reason we wanted to talk about this one today is because of Kate Hudson's recent Oscar nom for Song Sung Blue. Like, so she was pretty prevalent through the 2000s with rom-coms and things like that, and then kind of fell off for a little bit, and I feel like Glass Onion was where she started coming back into people's consciousness, and I'm curious if this Oscar nom is gonna like be kind of what Matthew McConaughey's Oscar nom was, or Oscar win was around that Interstellar, when they literally called it like the McConaissance. So I'm very fascinated to see what happens from here on out with her. But yeah, I mean, two fantastic actresses.
I do just want to say he didn't win it for Interstellar. He won it for Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah. Like, but it was around that time frame.
He should have won it for Interstellar.
No, it's just so crazy. Like, he took it from Leo for Wolf of Wall Street, where Leo should have won, and then he gave a better performance in Interstellar, and then Leo won it the following year for Revenant.
For the Revenant.
Just like, man, can't we just like get it right the first time? What's all this like zigzag?
I'm like, I mean, at like that point, it's like, okay, whatever, like it all worked out, but like I feel like you got the win for the wrong movie.
Yeah, look at us already talking about the bro movies.
And we're back.
And we're back.
It's like we never left. It's so comfortable over here. But no, I am definitely interested to see what Kate Hudson's career goes after the Oscars, whether she wins it or not. Because even like getting the nom will definitely like have her name be a buzzword, and hopefully have her back in other things. Because like you said, she did the rom-com journey and kind of just fell off and took Glass Onion. So who knows?
Yeah, I hope the best for her, and especially now that like the Academy actually passed a rule saying that you can't vote in a category unless you've seen the movies, which was not a thing before.
I feel like that should have been a prerequisite a long time ago. Like, I don't know,
that's
one?
new as of this year.
That just baffles my mind. So that begs the question, could Black Klansman have won in 2018? If more people saw it, probably. I'm not over this. And as long as we bring up Oscars, I'm bringing that up.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know, and that's the saddest part.
It really is.
But I bring that up because not only will voters like be, I guess quote unquote forced to watch her performance, but from what I hear from that performance, she gives a really good one in that. And it's based off this real person who is like, you're watching it and it's like, okay, surely they made that up, and then you find out they didn't, and it's one of those kind of movies where it's like, whoa, she committed to that. She really did that. But anyways, enough talking about a movie that we haven't seen. Yeah, and then this was an interesting point for McConaughey's career too, because I mean, he'd been acting professionally for about a decade at this point, with his start being in Dazed and Confused about 10 years earlier, and I love him in this.
Dude, he's great.
I know he got like in that loop of like, oh, that's just the rom-com guy, which is why like the whole reconnaissance thing was like a necessary thing for him to break out of that. Because like when people saw that he was like gonna be in a Christopher Nolan movie, he's like, they got the rom-com guy, you know.
Whatever.
But you get why he was stuck in there, because it's like he's really good at it.
Bryce, do you know anything about being typecasted in multiple things?
Okay, all right. Get my junior theater experience out of here.
I think it's extremely prevalent.
I disagree.
Oh, okay. Well, to each their own. So we're talking all about Kate Hudson, how great she was, but actually she almost wasn't in this movie. Gwyneth Paltrow was actually almost cast as Andy, and same time, Matthew McConaughey almost didn't get in this role because of his age. Speaking to Entertainment Weekly, they explained that she was worried that McConaughey was too old to date Hudson in the film given their 10-year age gap, where he was 33 and she was 23. And that's interesting because they didn't look that different in age, in my opinion.
His skin's just so good, you know?
Whatever he's doing, I need it. Because, like...
Yeah.
But imagine, like, how different things would be if Gwyneth Paltrow was the rom-com gal.
I don't know, because when I think of Gwyneth Paltrow, she's always in, at least the ones that I've seen and that are favorites of mine, it's like Seven.
Yeah, like dramas like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is not her wheelhouse,
No.
typically. And it's, so, like, I'm sure she could have done it, but, like, I think the reason this movie works so well is because of their chemistry together and how well they play off of one another. And, you know, like, chemistry is something you can take for granted until you watch one where they don't have any.
Right. And, like, in a rom-com, that's, like, the biggest thing you need above anything else. Like, if your two stars have no chemistry, it's not going to go well.
You're like,
it's
what are we doing?
Sucks, dude. But no, in this one, they definitely had that chemistry that just worked. Even, like, at that moment, like, at the party where, like, they're yelling at each other through song, like, that was just so cool. And I could just see, it was like, I couldn't see any other people doing that besides those two in that moment. And I just thought that was awesome.
Yeah. Because, like, if they don't like each other offset, they're, like, doing this scene where they're, like, angry, and it looks like they're going for, like, the kill, not, like, they're frustrated with them, right. You know?
And like, that's such an interesting thing to look about, like, acting-wise. It's like, you're angry at this person, but you love them. And you're just frustrated, like you said, that you can't express it. And that's just such an interesting way, because if you play as just you're angry, then it's not, there's nothing to it. There's no substance, there's no layers to it. But the way they were doing that was just like, just kiss already, you know what I mean? Like,
like, you know it's coming.
like, but no, I thought it was really, really cool. And like, every time they're on screen, like, I usually always, and I think it's kind of apparent, I usually end up just being drawn to one person particular while things are going on. Like with movies, that's just kind of how I am. I notice one person, I kind of just start focusing. But with this one, I was able to do a good job of watching both of them because I was genuinely interested in both of them. And I kept going on in my head like, oh, she's kind of being the worst right now. But then I'm like, well, no, he's also being the worst right now because they're using each other. And then when he pulled out the, hey, for our 13th day, here are the tickets, I'm like, oh my God, yes, please. And I'd never seen the movie, so I didn't know how that was going to go. Obviously, I knew they were going to get together at the end because, you know, it's a rom-com. I was genuinely, like, feeling good for these fake people.
Yeah, for sure. One criticism, like, I do have with the movie, during, like that second act where Andy's kind of going nuts to try to lose the guy in 10 days, like, she does start to not feel like a real person after a while.
Yes.
Like, the poker scene's really funny.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, there's not enough of those moments where she's by herself and you can see her, like, thinking, like, oh, this is working. You know? Like, she just seems insane.
You know, actually, there was something in there that I actually wanted to bring to attention. There's the scene where he makes, like, the pork chops with the cherry glaze. Then she's like, I'm sorry, I just wish I ate meat. And she starts crying. She's telling him they gotta go to, like, the vegetarian place. The first thing they do when they meet, they go and have lobster.
Yeah.
And he doesn't bring this up at all.
No.
So my question is, like, did they just forget about that? Or did they chalk it up to, oh, she's just crazy? But, like, that's the only thing I could think about. I'm like, you had lobster with each other. You had the gloves on and everything. There was an entire, like, shot of you just dipping the lobster in the butter. Like, that was intentional. We saw you eat it. So I don't, like, I'm not trying to tear this movie apart, but, like, God, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's just no good.
Terrible movie. And for about 15 minutes, that's all I could think about.
Just missed all the character development. No, like, I was doing my research for this movie, and this same Screen Rant article kept popping up. And, like, I think the headline was like, "This one detail on how to lose 10 guys and how to lose
10 guys.
This one detail on how to lose a guy in 10 days is totally ruining the movie for me," or some shit like that. That's, like, one thing, but, like, the filmmakers are aware that Andy's like sabotaging this, as, like, the scene directly before when she's, like, with her friends, they're eating lunch and she's, like, just devouring a burger.
No, and then she mentions, like, in a scene, she's like, they forgot the bacon on my sandwich. I noticed that too. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then, like, she publicly shames him. I'm like, that was fucking crazy. Where she was like, sorry, I can't eat in front of my boyfriend. He thinks I'm fat. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I do want to know, if you were in Ben's shoes, where would you clock out? Like, you're like, you know what? This is not worth the diamond deal.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about it, and I don't know if I would necessarily give up on something like that, because I'm trying to think of all the stuff that she does. You know what? It would probably be if she invaded, like, the boys' night and removed all the pizza and gave us, like, those whatever sandwiches.
Yeah, cucumber sandwiches.
No, or how she gets a dog for the two of them, and then he's the one taking care of it. Because let me tell you something.
That's so fucked up.
Pool tables can range from $1,000 to $3,000. I'm just throwing that. So, like, I think around there. My other thought was maybe, like, if it was, like, the last 3 minutes of, like, a sports event that I was really into, and she's like, hey, can you go get me a drink? I would have been like, fuck no. Go get it yourself.
Yeah.
And he was like, there's 2 minutes left of the game. Come on.
Yeah, no, that's
something he genuinely enjoys. Like, it's his job to, like, do sports advertising.
You know what? It's the real kill is when she rubs it in. It would be like, oh, it was such a great game. I wish you could have been there.
I'm like
shut up.
Yeah. Fortunately, I do not have a girlfriend like that at all.
Oh, me neither.
Oh, that's good. Where would that line be for you? Like, what do you think would break you? Would it be the sports thing? Or?
Oh, it's getting punched in the movie theater, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's the date after the Knicks game. Like, basketball's not as important to me as it is to Matthew McConaughey. So, like, that one's kind of whatever, you know?
Yeah. You interrupt my movie time?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, not only are you being disrespectful in the movie theater, like, my home, you're gonna get this guy riled up, which apparently that actor is like 6'6".
Jesus. Bryce, you are not winning that fight.
Yeah, I'm not winning that fight.
You are 6'2" on a good day.
Yeah, with my flats in, you know? The way that it's shot, too, because, like, Matthew McConaughey maybe could take him if he was prepared for it, but it's the way that he's talking to Andy, and then he turns around while the guy's mid-swing, so he doesn't even have a chance to block, and he just gets decked to the point where he falls to the ground. It's like, no, I'm out. This ain't worth it.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, if you get me into a fight because you thought I was thinking about another girl that doesn't exist, that's pretty cray-cray. But I do want to kind of not divert what we're talking about, but just kind of make it apparent. Matthew McConaughey's character is not great either. Like, he's just emotionally
No.
manipulating this person to prolong his career. Let's be clear. Like, I know we've been kind of dogging on Andy for a little bit, but I think it's partially because we're guys, so that's just our perspective of it. I don't know if you have a similar thing with it.
This is a very important thing to bring up. And the reason it's so easy to target Andy is because, like, every scene with her in it, you're seeing her do the bad thing, whereas all of McConaughey's bad things are under the surface and easier to ignore, because even if the intentions at the start were manipulative, it's pretty quick when he starts to realize he does have feelings for the girl. So I don't like the couples therapy scene where he's just calling her out on her shit.
Dude,
like,
I didn't realize that scene where he's like, "You got plenty of personalities, can be completely occupied." Like, that was crazy. But I actually quote that to my girlfriend all the time, and I never realized that's what I was doing. But also, Catherine Hahn in that scene was fucking hilarious, where she just pans to her with that fucking cheeky ass smile of hers.
It's so funny that, like, the whole inciting incident is Andy trying to be a good friend for Catherine Hahn, and then Catherine Hahn, like, 5 days later, is like, you know what, I'm gonna fuck with her a little bit. And we can go to Staten Island together.
But, like, apparently that was what they needed. Turns out she's a great therapist.
No, absolutely. I mean, and I'm glad that is the inciting incident with Catherine Hahn's character. Because apparently in an earlier draft of the script, Andy had been broken up with rather than Catherine Hahn, and was writing an article as a form of revenge. But they changed it to what it is to make her seem like she's more noble and helpful, to help counteract how insane she's going to be very quickly after that.
Yeah, no, like, if they went with that original thing, then I think there would be no, like, sympathy towards Andy whatsoever in this.
Yeah, you would have clocked out a lot sooner as, like, an audience.
Since we're kind of talking about it, if you wanted to make it more kind of even split with, like, I'm not really sure how to feel about either of these characters yet, how would you change Ben's, like, stuff? Not to put you on the spot here, but
I think you kind of have to make him more of a piece of shit, you know? He claims like he's like this womanizer, any woman can fall in love with him, but we don't see that because... Yeah, exactly. Now, granted, I don't want the movie to be any longer than it is. I think it's a pretty
it's crazy that it's 2 hours like that.
Yeah. It's sometimes kind of already pushing it, to be honest. But if we did need to add anything, maybe part of his character introduction is him being maybe misogynistic and be like, or like that James Bond kind of, you know.
Right. I mean, I agree with you. I'm glad they didn't go for the, oh yeah, I can get any girl I want. He genuinely, like, says it out loud. He loves women. Like, that's not like he likes having sex or anything. It's just, which is good to make him look like a nice guy, but I wish they kind of would give us a bit more 50-50, because I kept noticing that I was kind of...
It's really easy to root for him. And only...
Yes. And I had to keep reminding myself of that during the movie. I'm like, hey, he's faking this too. But then it's like
maybe even...
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Maybe even like one more scene with the boss asking like how it's going, or with like his coworkers, like his competitors. Be like, hey, like, come on, you don't think that this is real, do you? Or, you know, that kind of thing.
And he could just be like, hey, game is game. Ha ha ha. You know, like something like that. But
yeah. I do like that they both seem to fall for each other at the same moment. But, like, it's that second act, really, that it's like you're really leaning in Ben's favor.
Yes.
Like, they do win me back. It's just... in a 2-hour movie, 40 minutes of it, it's like, I hate this person.
Right. Also, a fun little thing I looked up, when she calls his manhood Krull the Warrior King, I looked it up, and there's a movie in 1983 called Krull, which is like this weird like indie sci-fi movie. So part of me wonders if that's where they got the inspiration. Apparently this movie did not do well at all. Like it's like the original Masters of the Universe movie.
So the movie came out in 83.
Mm-hmm.
So McConaughey would have been about 14 when that movie came out. Do you think he was a fan?
He might have been. Like that's
Because
kind
a
of
lot of the research I was doing on this was alluding to, like, there was a ton of improv on this set.
Oh sure.
So I don't know. Did he say that line? I can't remember.
He did say it.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I think he's a fan of that movie.
So there's a chance. So thanks, Krull 1983, for giving us How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
We couldn't have done it without
That's
you.
a crazy butterfly effect, man. Crazy numbers.
Man, I mean, this is one of my worst segues yet.
Oh, well, there's always
speaking
room
of
for
could
more.
have done it without you.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Based off a book written by Jeannie Long and Michelle Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
It was originally written as a joke for their friends. They both like had gotten dumped or gone on like bad dates. So they, as a joke, they made this book of like just like the worst things you could do on a date. And it's like basically like one sentence per page with like a stick figure drawing of like them doing the thing. And it got passed around with their friends, eventually got passed around with work, and it became so popular that it got fully published. And then 2 months after the authors found out it was being published, they found out it was going to be adapted into the movie. So
Jesus.
April 98 is when they found out it was being adapted into a movie, and then a February 7th, 03 release date. It's like crazy fast turnaround. So good for them, you know. Just like to be you and your buddy, like just doing this thing as a joke, and it turns out to be one of like the biggest rom-coms of all time.
That's what this is going to be.
I'm very fascinated to see what the angle on the romance is, friend.
Buddy.
Remember how earlier we said we have lovely girlfriends who...
yes, they are. You know, speaking of lovely girlfriends, I actually did want to propose a question.
You're going to propose?
Well, what's your answer?
As long as it gets adapted into a movie in 5 years,
You hear that, Tarantino?
Okay. Podcast host turned lovers.
But no,
with 5 episodes.
But I did kind of want to send a question your way. If you wanted to annoy your girlfriend, like not to this level, but kind of, what's something you would do?
Oh, I'm the best at pushing her buttons, man.
Dude, I push my girlfriend's buttons.
I'm so bad about it. God, shit, I would have to think. Do you have an answer?
Oh, I do. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you of course you do.
So, I would start by not telling her that I was turning on the overhead lights.
Uh-huh.
And then I would tell her,
yeah.
And then I would just tell her she should smile more.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, because I've done that shit to her, like, you know, as a joke. She was not happy with me.
No, of course she doesn't have.
She was ready to rock my shit, and, you know, deserving.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes, like, a minor inconvenience will happen around the house, and I'll blame it on her cat. She's not a fan of that. Or one of my favorites is, like, I'll be around the house, and I'll fucking rip ass, and I'll blame it on the cat. And she'll go, he's a baby.
I can see her doing that too. No, I really love overstimulating my girlfriend.
Oh my god.
Well, actually, I don't
so
love
good.
doing that. I love reminding her that I could. That to me is the funniest shit ever. I never do it, but she knows I could.
Yeah. We we like to have an open dialogue in a relationship.
I thought you were about
right?
to say we like to have an open relationship. I'm like,
No, no.
why was I not made aware of this?
This is my proposal to you right now. uh, hear me out.
Hear me out? No.
uh, we like to have an open dialogue in a relationship, because we try to be healthy to one another.
Overrated.
And and so sometimes when she's getting overstimulated, she'll tell me that she's getting overstimulated.
Big mistake.
And my response every single time is to ask her if she wants me to sing for her.
What's your go-to?
I don't even get to the song because without missing a beat, she's like, "No."
Oh, that's so funny.
She's come to me after I've done this to her, like, when she's back to normal. And she told me that she's like, that joke is really funny, but every time you tell it, I'm too overstimulated to laugh at it.
At least she understands good humor.
Yeah, no, I think we have a good relationship.
No, we do talk a lot of shit. Right now, talk about how I love to like almost overstimulate my girlfriend or things like that, or how would I piss her off? But truthfully, I know we both have very good girlfriends, and mine's great because there's a scene in the movie that reminded me of her. There's two actually, but they kind of go hand in hand. The first one, when Andy first goes to Ben's apartment, she brings this whole box. And in this box, there's a bunch of teddy bears, and there's what they call a love fern. First off, my girlfriend is a plant girly, so sometimes I expect her to just show up with a plant, and I wouldn't be upset if she gave me a whole ass fern. When she was stage managing a musical, I didn't get her roses, I got her a succulent. Because I know exactly what she likes. Another thing that is in the box is a bunch of teddy bears. While my girlfriend has never given me teddy bears, you know what she has? She has crocheted a handmade teddy bear for me. It's sitting right over there behind me right now. It's blue. And it lays in my bed all the time. So during that whole time, I'd be like, this isn't a problem for me. I see no issue.
Yeah. I think the delivery and how soon it is into the relationship to give the love for it. I think that's where the problem is.
Well, you say that, but like from day one, my girlfriend has this thing where she likes to give me rocks. So I've got a metric shit ton of rocks on my windowsill right now. I've got a bunch in my car, just of rocks she collects, and I'm not gonna throw them out or like not take them. That'd be rude.
Yeah, you
That'd
can.
be rude. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think if gift giving is your love language, there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But yes, I do agree. The way that she did it obviously was meant to freak him out. Like the our future wedding
and when
album.
she finds it dead at the poker game.
Like the thing I think of is the future wedding album where she photoshopped their faces together.
Oh, that's insane.
Dude, that's serial killer type stuff right there.
The one really ugly photo in there, like that just went completely wrong of mashing their faces together. The director didn't show them that book to try to get their natural reactions and improv to it. But when they got to that one, they couldn't do it. They just broke immediately.
Yeah.
But no, the love fern thing, it's like when she comes to the poker game and she sees it dead, like the freaking out about it. Now, granted, this guy killed the plant in like, 2 days? So,
First of all,
it can't be too bad.
You must have given it really dried out, because ferns can take a lot of water and like hold it.
Yeah.
So like,
like how'd you fuck that up
unless
so
it was
badly?
like a thing of like, oh, he intentionally did that. But like, I don't think that makes sense. But like, if he did now if they did that where they added a scene where like he was just actively neglecting it, then I would be able to,
or poisoning
then I'd
it.
actively poison would be a little harsh, but I'd be able to see it more 50-50, where like he really doesn't care,
Yeah.
Or like if they went more in on like, dude, think about the money you'll get with this. Like if they did more stuff with that.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like you can't just compliment your girlfriend without me complimenting mine. So
I'll go band for band.
Our financial state isn't the best right now. Yeah. And so she goes, "What do you want for Valentine's Day?" I want flowers. And then, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the conversation. It was like, are you gonna give me flowers for Valentine's Day? And I was like, oh, I'd love to. And then she's like, okay, well, I have a $5 limit on my end. And I was like, do you have any idea how much flowers cost these days? And she came home one day with like a Reese's heart-shaped like chocolate thing. And I was like, is the $5 limit spent? And she's like, I got two to spare. So excited for my $2 seeds.
Nice.
But yeah, no, she's the best.
Yeah, this entire episode is us just glazing our girlfriends and talking about how much we love them. That's all it is. Yeah. We're not talking about them.
This is the only episode she's gonna listen to.
That's fair. Unless we do Hamnet, which, by the way, she sent me hate mail that I critiqued.
Yeah, I know.
I critiqued the costumes of that, and then later in the episode claimed that I actually hadn't seen the movie, and his girlfriend immediately messaged me. She's like, "Hey, just letting you know, you suck," or whatever. No. And I didn't have her contact, her name in my contacts at all, so it was just this random number. And I'm like, well, only 4 people listen to this, so it's gotta be one of 2 people.
She was listening to the episode. She goes, boo, I disagree with Drake on the Hamlet costumes. And then she goes, all caps, he hasn't even seen it? And then, give me his number, I'm sending him hate mail. And then I just sent your contact.
No, every time, and this is no joke, every time Allie is like, hey, you guys should do whatever movie on your podcast, I immediately tell her, you should go comment that under our official Spotify or Apple Music so we actually get more people listening.
Yeah, get some traction.
That's genuinely what I tell her to do.
Yeah, we watched the new Sam Raimi movie last night with Rachel McAdams in it, so we were talking about Rachel McAdams and how like insane of a career she's had since 2004 with The Notebook, and she was like, oh my god, why aren't you guys doing The Notebook tomorrow? And I was like, well, dude, we already did all our research, we already watched the movie. And she was like, just push it back. I was like, no, we're not pushing it back.
That's not how this works. We already pushed it back like a year.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm sure we'll get to that eventually, but next February.
Can you consider The Notebook a rom-com?
I've never seen it, which is part of the problem. So
I'm thinking of Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Wow.
I've seen that. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, you really don't watch a lot of rom-coms.
No.
So I've been talking my shit about the second act and like not being able to root for Andy during it. But when they win me back, they really do. Oh
yeah.
Like the bullshit scene is probably the best scene of the movie with his family.
Oh yeah, no, that's a really nice one. Especially when you look at like the double meaning of what they're saying, like, oh, you have to be able to like read people or things like that, and like you got one hand where Ben, where he's apparently supposed to be really good at reading the one person,
and he's terrible at it.
He can't read her, and then you got Andy, who up until this point we really don't like her, is interacting with his family like she's known them for years, and is doing all these jokes on him, and it's like this whole scene could be a movie.
Right. And it really works because of like when McConaughey catches on to what's going on, his reaction is just so pure. And like that's a real person.
It's not like angry or like over the top. It's exactly how you expect when you bring your girlfriend over and your entire family sides with them instantly. Because I've been in that spot, let me tell you.
Terrible.
Dude. Horrible. How could they do this to us?
Yeah, and then like they follow that scene up with him teaching Andy how to ride the motorcycle with that fucking Keith Urban song going on in the background, like the most 2003 sentence of all time. And
Hell yeah.
And then they get splashed with the water, and then they like go back to and then they have like their.
Then they gotta take their clothes off.
And like sex scenes in movies like can sometimes feel like obligatory, but I really love the ones where you really feel that, like, no, these guys, like, actually love each other, you know? Mm-hmm. Not to be like that...
I like the ones with full frontal nudity. That's what I want.
Not to be like that sap who just found out that porn isn't real, but, like...
Wait, they don't love each other? Oh.
But then that happens, and it's, like, so romantic, and then they get back, and I am such a sucker for when a movie can end that second act with me really rooting for the characters and just enjoying them just being happy. Like, they're not doing anything crazy, they're just happy together. And, like, when you're getting comfortable with that situation, they remind you that there's still conflict yet. And it's like, they get to that doorstep, and you're like, fuck, she's still gonna write that article, isn't she? And like, oh, god damn, he's still in that, god damn, like, I just want these two to be together.
But it's at that scene where he pulls out the tickets for day 13.
Yeah.
It's like touchdown. And then she takes it, and she's, like, excited, but, like, you gotta think, like, oh, is she excited, or is she just saying that to...
Yeah.
Oh. This is gonna make me watch more rom-coms, truthfully.
Yeah, no, and this director, Donald Petrie, he's done a fair amount of rom-coms. I have unintentionally watched one of his other ones last month, Miss Congeniality. Like, I didn't realize we were doing this episode yet, so I watched that, and I was like, damn, I watched like 2 of his movies this year already. And I was like looking over his filmography, and he's like consistently making rom-coms of, you know, varying quality, but like he's like doing them, and like, he's still doing them, and supposedly he has one coming out, like, maybe this year, if not next, with Daisy Ridley and Alden Ehrenreich, that, like, I'm kind of curious about it, you know? Like, this guy is kind of a legend in the rom-com space for those 2 movies alone, and I just want to see what these 2, you know, Rey and young Han Solo have to do together. Like, I'm sure the plot's going to be stupid as hell, but...
See, no, I went the other direction. I went Rey from Star Wars and then the guy from Cocaine Bear.
You know, yeah, whatever works for you, man. But I was, like, going through all my research, and, like, I've been really charmed by this director. I was watching that commentary track like I was telling you about, and he made a point to shout out, like, the actors in the background, like, 8 minutes in, saying things like that New York actors are the best because they're all in SAG, and they come to set with fully realized characters and motivations to make that set feel like a living environment. Like, he's appreciating those little things like that, and that, like, a normal audience member just doesn't give a shit. It's like one of those things that, like, a normie would appreciate only after it's not there, you know?
Right.
And, like, during the credits, he, like, made a point to shout out as many people as he could as the credits were rolling, and he was, like, actively getting upset that the credits were too fast and he was missing names. And like, that's just like, seems like a really humble guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And like, not only just like saying like, thanks Mike, thanks Jake, thanks, you know, like all that, like doing like inside jokes that like clearly got to know the people on set. And like when his assistants came on screen, he made a point to call them out as future directors. And like, one of them's still in the business, like working as recently as like 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I'm a fan of this guy.
I like this guy.
Now, granted, he did make some jokes that I don't know how well they have aged. And because
oh yeah, say one.
Every time McConaughey would have to kiss Kate Hudson, he would make this joke that Matthew would pay him $5 to do another take of the scene. Like, I can't tell if you're joking.
Jeez.
I can't tell if you're joking right now or trying to be a little, like, I don't know. That was like the only thing that I was like, I don't know about that one, but like, you know.
But everything else,
like, he seems like a really humble guy.
That's awesome. I mean, I suppose you can't really be like, I'm a serious director when you're doing a rom-com.
When your rom-com's about writing a magazine.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't have the attitude of like imagine a Quentin Tarantino rom-com.
He likes them though, doesn't he? Like,
I know he does, but like I haven't seen one of his because he doesn't do them.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe that's the
I
10th
mean,
movie.
maybe Kill Bill is considered a rom-com from his perspective.
I feel like it's Django. Or Jackie Brown, even.
Oh, yeah. Death Proof in a sick way.
They all love something. You know, violence and killing people.
Feet.
We're back to the bro movies yet again.
And we're back. Oh, right.
Yeah, so when like the plot finally comes to a head at the end, it's this frosting diamonds party.
And by the way,
like,
I think it is so sweet that he got the idea of like frost yourself from like Ben got it from Andy.
Yeah.
Like whether it was like, oh, that's just a cool idea, or oh, she came up with this, that's really cool. Either way, I thought it was really sweet that he immediately ran over. It's like, this is it.
Yeah. He did do that, didn't he? What a good guy. But because of they made it like it's this huge jewelry party, they like got $14 million worth of jewelry on set.
Jesus.
Just made shooting that scene just a logistical nightmare, because anytime like they moved the camera from one side of the room to the other, the jewelers had to come in and count all of it to make sure that nothing was stolen or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then you got like the actors who are actually like wearing it, like our principal characters.
No, the jewelry that Kate Hudson wore was estimated, I saw this, at $6 million.
Yeah. Now, granted, looks great.
You could have used a fake. You could have used a fake.
Yeah. But because of that, every time someone had to go to the bathroom, they had to like check it in. It's just like this whole other step for like just to make it a little more authentic, that, you know, like your normal audience member probably isn't gonna give a shit about, you know. And it's just cool that they went the extra mile. So
yeah,
I gotta give them props.
Yeah, I know. And kind of going off of that with like the set dressing and set design, I want to talk about like the individual characters' apartments. The apartment interiors were actually conceived by Yadon-born sculptor Zoe Waterman, who said she thought the characters should live in spaces which I consider to be dream spaces. That is to say, their apartments are as close as I've seen on screen to my dream apartment. I just said to myself, where would I absolutely love to live in my wildest dreams? And the whole design came together in about 15 minutes. And it kind of just goes back to how much, like, the director of this movie, you were just talking about, how much he seemed to care about all this stuff. And that kind of worked the same way. And, like, you look at the two different apartments, and even all the sets in general had a lot of really nice details. But, like, I was, like, he had a whole poker table in his apartment. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. And there's, like, a shot even at, like, his family's house where Andy's going to sit on the toilet, and above her head is, like, Family Life from McConaughey. And then, like, on the side is, like, the People magazine saying, like, what she's coming from. And it's just, like, you can see her head like perfectly split in between those two things. It's just like the details like that, you know. It's just when you notice them, they're like, oh wow, they thought about it, you know.
Yeah, and like no regular schmuck watching is gonna like think about that sort of stuff. That's something you notice on like the third or fourth watch. But like no, that's just. And I'll be the first to admit this. I definitely used to give rom-coms a lot of shit because I'm like, oh, it's whatever, but. I don't know, watching this one, it's like there's so much detail put into them. There's so much love and care, and it's like, it's incredible.
Yeah, no, and like, it felt like everybody on set was really involved and really passionate about this thing. Like, you got cinematographer John Bailey, who, his whole thing is like, he wants to be involved as early as possible, rather than like how it traditionally goes to have like the cinematographer show up after production design and costumes have already started, and then reacting to decisions they have already made. He's involved throughout earlier, so that way the production designer knows how to design the rooms to fit the camera equipment in. Because, like, he's got the shot in his mind before the set's even built, so that we're like, okay, well, this is the shot I need, this is where I need my camera to be, so, like, can we make the set so I can fit it in there? And, like, because of that, they didn't have to take off walls or anything like that, like you would normally do on a set to, like, fit the camera in. Like, they were able to make a whole apartment and then just go, not have to work around stuff like that.
That is,
and costume designs too, where you're like, He's like, okay, well, we're going to do this yellow dress at the end. It's going to be like one of the most iconic posters of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, we're doing a yellow dress. This is what a yellow dress needs to be lit like. And, you know,
Dude.
and then like location managers, it's just like then they know what to look for so they can get that sweeping shot of her running down the stairs from the ball. And it's just all this like crazy stuff. Like that you just don't think about, you know?
No. And I know people don't think about this because I've done a couple of like student film projects, and the amount of times we get there and nobody's mapped out the area, or they're like, yeah, we could maybe start from here, and then we spend like an hour like moving obstructions out of the way. And I'm like, guys, we're losing, like, if it's outside, it's like, guys, we're like losing the only main lighting source we have. So like it's just, again, this attention to detail and just the thought behind it is just so amazing. And I don't know if that maybe speaks more to like those movies like that back in the 2000s or just rom-coms in general, but I do think a lot of movies nowadays have kind of lost that
for sure
care.
And now granted, we are watching one of the better rom-coms. Like obviously this can't speak for the whole subgenre, but
it set a precedent, I would say. Like it really blew up the genre.
For sure. Like I watched a video recently about how this writer for Hallmark, he was saying how from the first draft to it being edited, like shot together and put on the channel, 11 weeks.
Jesus.
Fucking insane. Like obviously that same amount of care is not going into those kind of things, so like that's probably why those Hallmark movies do get shit on often. When you do get something that like it does, like I barely did any research on this, let me be frank, and to, like the fact that all that care is still pouring through the screen like 20 plus years later, it's just cool. It's
and this movie is still in the conversation when it comes to things, so I think that speaks for just what an absolute banger they put out, and goes to show you, if you care about something, put thought into it, you'll make a good product that will still be talked about. Because you can make a nice box office pull, but I think the movies that are great are the ones that people talk about 23 years later, because this came out in 2003.
Yeah, just over preparing. It's simple as that, but like obviously not everybody does it. I know we're getting close to wrapping up, so I do want to read something to you real quick. When the movie ends, and it's after Ben reads the article that she published. Like, this is the article that made him, like, drop everything and rush across town, chasing her down in the cab. And I was thinking, I was like, okay, what was actually in that article? So I took the time to go frame by frame and write it down for you.
Oh, I am so excited.
This is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days by Andy Anderson. Dear girls, I've lost a guy and I don't know why. What went wrong?
You've already lost me.
That's the lament I always hear. When I started writing this month's column, I wanted to commit those certain silly dating faux pas. What I didn't realize was that I was making the biggest mistake of all. You see, while I was writing this article, I lost a guy. Not just any guy, the one. I thought he was too good to be true, and it turned out I was right. But that doesn't change the fact that the last 10 days I spent with him were the best 10 days I've spent with anyone in my life. I played a game and I played it too well. When I won, I lost. The only guy I've ever fallen for in my life. What I didn't realize was that I was making the biggest mistake of all. But that doesn't change the fact that the last 10 days I spent with him were the best 10 days I've spent with anyone in my life. You see, while I was writing this article, I lost a guy. What I didn't realize was that the article was making the biggest mistake I could make. The last 10 days I spent with him were the best 10 days I've ever spent with anyone. But I lost it all. I played a game and I played it too well. As I begin to write this month's column, I wanted to commit all those silly dating mistakes. What I didn't realize at the time was that I was making the biggest mistake I could make. You see, while I was writing this article, I lost a guy. Not just any guy, but what might have been the one. He seemed to be too good to be true, and it turned out I was right. All that doesn't change the fact that the last 10 days I spent with him were the best 10 days I've spent with anyone. What I didn't realize was that I was making the biggest mistake of all. As it turns out, I lost what could have been the one person who I could have spent the rest of my life with. It turns out I was right. That's the lament I always hear. When I started writing this month's column, I wanted to commit to those certain silly dating faux pas. What I didn't realize was that I was making the biggest mistake of all. While I was writing this article, I lost a guy. Not just any guy. When I won the bet, I lost. I lost the only guy I've ever fallen for in my life. He was too good to be true. This is my final column for composure. It was fun to write, but I've learned you have to follow your heart before it's too late. Thanks, and goodbye. Now, if you believe me, that's the condensed version.
That's condensed?
That's the for page 1 of 2.
Oh my
just
God.
Repeating the same 3 sentences.
I will admit, it took me like 2 or 3 times for me to actually catch on that you were just repeating the same shit, and I was like, okay. I'm like, it's a little repetitive writing. I can see why she didn't really go far. But then I'm like, wait a goddamn minute, that's just the same shit.
I was gonna write the whole thing, but like this took up a whole page of a document. And
No,
I'm like,
you just
I can't.
wasted like 2
Just
minutes of my life I'm not getting back.
Imagine how much time I spent wasting writing that down. Too much.
Apparently. It's crazy.
But so if I were to dissect this a little bit, there's a sentence in here saying, when I won the bet, I lost. What bet? What are you talking about? And it's also, she doesn't even talk about what happened. It's just...
It was almost as if it was only meant to be read by Ben. Which, I mean, you could make the argument, yes, that's exactly who it was written for. But, yeah, I mean, no. I would say that you've seen a lot of movies where, like, there's, like, newspapers or things like that where characters are reading, and it's just bullshit. At least in this, it had something to do with the plot.
It's true. That's true. And I just thought of, after I read it, I really couldn't stop thinking about it, how if I was Ben and saw how illiterate this girl was, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe this was for the best.
You know, I've got one more plot hole I want to bring up really quick before we wrap up.
Okay.
You know, at the beginning where Ben's like, hey, I bet you I can make any girl fall in love with me in 10 days, and if that happens, then I get the advertisement thing for the diamonds. And the 2 competitors pick out Andy in the crowd, as if they know who she is, and they never explain that.
Oh, there's a scene earlier. So those 2 girls show up to the office, and then they run into Andy and Andy's boss, and the boss steps in and says, like, this is the article she's working on, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. So that they never, like, shake hands or anything like that, but the girls are aware of who she is.
I completely missed that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, for the girls to then remember that by the time they get to dinner, you know, maybe, probably not, but I mean, you could definitely pick apart this thing if you really wanted to. Like, I just picked apart a whole magazine that nobody cares about. But,
I'm still stuck on the meat thing.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like, after the Staten Island scene, like, they both know they like each other. Like, they're already lying. Why not just lie to everyone and just start to date? You know, why just tell the truth right then and there, you know? Then the movie wouldn't happen.
Exactly. And then we wouldn't be doing this. We'd be talking about The Notebook.
Maybe they should have done it. Yeah. But that's all I got.
Yeah.
I really felt like I had a stroke reading that article, though. Like,
Oh, yeah. I thought I was having a stroke listening to it.
All right. Well, we've talked a lot about how that this movie would be nothing without these 2 actors in the leads.
For sure.
So before we head out, I want to know, who are 2 actors that you'd love to see in a rom-com together?
Okay, so I'm cheating a little bit because I'm actually pulling from something we said in a previous podcast, but Toni Collette and Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, we said it then, we'll say it.
I'm doubling down. So yeah, those two, yeah.
They had a lot of fun chemistry in Mickey 17, playing a married couple. So why not? Let's see how they met.
Mickey 16.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a guy who when I heard that he was interested in doing rom-coms, but like the studios have always like pushed him away because they're like, oh, you're too whatever, like you probably shouldn't be a rom-com star. But I think that could be the plot of the movie in and of itself, and that's Dave Bautista. I want to see him in a rom-com. He's
Really?
interested, and the premise is right there. Like this big guy who like is kind of intimidating looking on the surface with all these like tattoos. It's like, I mean,
Looks
like
like
it's
he
right,
could
it's
kill you.
right there. And I want to pair him with Kristen Wiig.
Really?
She's one of my favorites, and somehow she's never been the lead of a rom-com. So, like, I think they'd be really good together. They're both really funny, and they're around the same age. So, I think it'd work out pretty nicely.
Yeah, I would really like to see that. Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that. All right. Well, thanks for tuning into today's episode. If you've enjoyed this one, be sure to like, comment, and follow so you can see when we release another episode. As always, I'm Drake, and this is Bryce, and this has been Oh Brother. See you next time.